Good morning. My name is Hannah Zarin. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a member of this congregation and also a worship associate at the Unitarian Universalist Area Church at First Parish in Sherburne. Now let's begin our sacred worship service this morning by taking a deep breath and letting it out. Welcome to this loving community. Come in, bringing all of who you are. Bring your wounds and aching hearts, your pain too numb to feel. There are healing waters here to ease your troubles. Let go of the expectations placed on you by others and those you have placed on by yourself. May you touch hands with those you love. May you experience awe, love, and humility here. May you see something of beauty and feel a sense of wonder. May you know that each of us contributes to the beauty of the whole. Bring all that you are and all that you love to this hour together.
Good morning, winter travelers. Good morning. My name is Reverend Nathan. My pronouns are he and him. So privileged to be here with you, even though it's really cold. It's going to be above freezing tomorrow, and it's not snowing right now. First Sunday in 3 weeks it hasn't snowed on a Sunday so far. How about that? And we're not on Zoom. It's amazing. We're happy, right? We're good. So I have a few announcements. First of all, we're going to greet our folks who are watching online up on our camera up there. Good morning, everybody. As usual, prayer cards are on my left, on your right. And remember that you can sign up to light our chalice and to bring our flowers and to do other things, ring the bell via the weekly email that I know each of you read from top to bottom the minute it comes out on Friday morning at 11. Yes? Yes. A few announcements, invitations. One is the down in coffee hour today, of which there are still leftovers from the family game night that we had on Friday. There's pizza, there's pasta, there's salad, and there's like 25 tubs of hummus from another event that we had. There's been a lot going on. So please eat all of that downstairs. But at coffee hour, we have love notes that we're doing today. You can write to somebody here in the community or in your own community, in your family. And so there's notes to do that for the month of February. And we get to thank Erin Collier, who's behind me, and our maven of all things community related. Her new job title is Community Maven. Yeah, great. So please do that. Next Sunday, we have Jameel Adams, our resident poet, who's going to be here with me, and also Reverend Frank Clarkson, along with myself. Frank is going to be our sabbatical minister for, did you guys know what's going on sabbatical? Just for a little while. March, April, May. Thanks, Hank. And Reverend Frank is going to be here. He's my good friend. He just retired from the church in Haverhill. So he's going to be here too. It's going to be a great Sunday. But today's a great Sunday too. Yes? All right, save the date, March 28th. All of you will be here, I know, for our Bids, Bites, and Brews auction fundraiser. It's going to be here at church. We've done this out in the building the last couple of years, and it's a total blast. So just pull out your phones and save the date. I have one more announcement. Oh boy, Nathan, where did it go? Haha. So downstairs in coffee hour as well, I invite us to join the Rainbow Sanctuary team. They are doing the good work of standing up for trans youth and getting access to gender-affirming healthcare. The Department of Health and Human Services has posted 2 new proposed rules designed to eliminate gender-affirming healthcare for minors that are open for public comment until February 17th. So the folks are going to have a table downstairs about how to stand up for equity and to use our democratic process. And they're going to learn about how to write letters to your legislator and all kinds of other things. So it's going to also enter the weekly email that I know all of you read. So they'll be downstairs. So many thanks to that crew. Okay, now Sunday Spotlight. For those of you on Zoom, last week I did a version of that was probably, not quite as good, but still pretty impressive. So this is a thing that we do every Sunday to highlight one of our Unitarian Universalist values. Today's value is pluralism. And it is Black History Month here in February. And you'll see around the building, and there's a couple right there, and also downstairs in coffee hour and in the lobby, placards about 14 Black Justice Trailblazers and a little bio. They're super cool, and many thanks to Gage Heath and others who made these things happen. And we want you to think about, who do you recognize, who's new to you, and what surprises you about their diversity. So it's really great. Thanks to them for doing that. All right, friends, invite us to say good morning to a neighbor. Do you think I can use the
Should you?
Yeah.
Well, it's in your script. I think so. I mean, I think you should show.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Remember, if this is too high for you, just press it. Okay. Right.
Good morning, friends. I'm Erin Collier, your membership coordinator, member of this church, she, her pronouns. And please join me in the opening words this morning that are from Václav Havel, a piece called Disturbing the Peace. Hope is a state of mind, not a state of the world. Either we have hope within us or we don't.
Hope is not a prognostication. It's an orientation spirit. You can't delegate that to anyone else.
Hope in this deep and powerful sense is not the same as joy when things are going well, or the willingness to invest in enterprises that are obviously headed for early success, but rather an ability to work for something to succeed.
Hope is definitely not the same as optimism. It's not a conviction that something will turn out well, but the certainty that something makes sense, regardless of how it turns out.
It is hope, above all, that gives us strength to live and to continually try new things, even in conditions that seem as hopeless as ours do here and now. This absurdity. Oops.
It's not the same as joy. Things are going well.
Hold. Face of this absurdity. Life is too precious a thing. We there? There we go. Keep going. Aha! Woo! Yes. To permit its devaluation by living pointlessly, emptily, without meaning, without love, and finally, without hope and without humor. Please join us on our opening hymn, No Human is Illegal. Oh, sorry.
Hi, my name is Abby Brown. I am a member of this church and a member of the Sanctuary Immigration Team. We held a Justice Forum last weekend in which we taught a protest song, and we're going to teach it to you all today. Music plays a very important role in protest, It de-escalates situations. It names our values. It can help create coordinated collective action and movement. We want you to learn this protest song so that you can sing it with us in protest if and when we need to be participating in mass action that could be volatile. It doesn't matter if you can't sing, or if you don't remember the words or the melody. If I start to sing in a protest, I want the people next to me to sing with me. It will keep us safer. It will feed our bravery. And in the worst moments, it will convey to those experiencing violence that they are not alone. Song acts on the human nervous system and brain in deep primal ways. It tells us we are safe and with our people. Singing together is the silk that weaves our community together. Our culture has lost access to communal singing in many contexts, as we separate singer from audience, expect talent and mastery of the medium to be out of reach of most, and as we filter music through sound systems and the internet. I deeply believe that if we are to get out of this moment we are in with our values intact, we must rediscover communal singing. This song, No Human is Illegal, was written by Vera Brookhuizen, cantor of the congregation Beth El of the Sudbury River Valley, in collaboration with the What the World Needs Now Interfaith Coalition singers. It's a mouthful, but they did it. She shared it with us at an early ICE standout in Framingham, and it grabbed me immediately. It is inspired by Black American civil rights songs and even older traditional songs, with the title adapted from a speech by Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel. It is a zipper song where the subject of the verse can be substituted with any relationship that fits the situation. Vera and her collaborators taught us this song on Saturday, and I will do a much smaller version of it today. So I invite you all to sing out and use this moment to remind us collectively that we are safe right now, even though the world seems very dangerous.
Right, invite us to rise and invite our spirit.
Thank you. So, whoopsie. It's on? Okay, can you guys hear? Yes. So I will sing a line, you sing it back to me, and then we're going to sing this for several verses. You are not gonna take my neighbor. You are not gonna take my neighbor. I see them standing there. I see them standing there. You are not gonna take my neighbor. It's not gonna take my neighbor. It's not right and it's not fair. It's not right and it's not fair. Let's do that all together. You are not gonna take my neighbor. I see them standing there. You are not gonna take my neighbor. It's not right and it's not fair. You can come here with your warrants. You can come here with your warrants. You can come here spreading fear. You can come here spreading fear. But no human can be illegal. But no human can be illegal. We're gonna sing it through our tears. We're gonna sing it through our tears. So let's sing that second verse. You can come here with your warrants. You can come here spreading fear. But no human can be illegal. We're gonna sing it through our tears. Okay, let's do it all together. You are not gonna take my neighbor. I see them standing there. You are not gonna take my neighbor. It's not right and it's not fair. You can come here with your warrants. You can come here spreading fear. But no human can be illegal. We're gonna sing it through our tears. Siblings,
right, please remain standing as Winslow Friend comes up to light our chalice. This is a symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. Please join me in saying our covenant together. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to help one another.
Thank you. Please be seated. I would love to invite any adults that would like to come forward for our Wonderbox time. Hi, Bill. Any adults, and if you have really little ones, they can come too, but any adults who are feeling especially flexible and poised to sit on the floor. Janet? No. Okay. Good morning, everybody. How's it going in the adulting world? Okay. Yeah. Who's tired of adulting? Yeah, we got a lot of company. Even our little ones are tired of adulting. So, it's very wintry out, and the world also kind of feels like a spiritual winter in some ways sometimes. And I've been wondering what it would be like if, instead of adults being in charge, if kids were in charge. Yeah? So Deb Weiner, bless you, found us a great story, kind of worked through this, and I thought it kind of gives us some good ideas. We ready to hear what might happen if kids were in charge? And first of all, we're going to wave to Hank Roush, who's our amazing tech god up in the choir loft. Thanks, Hank, because there's a lot of slides, and the system is persnickety sometimes. So, Hank, thank you. I'm just going to tell you when it's time for the next slide. All right, so, and here, first of all, this is the book. It's by Leo and Diane Dillon, If Kids Ran the World. All right, so it's a really good book. So I encourage you that have young people in your house to get this book, and they can take over. Unless, of course, it's bedtime and situations kind of go awry. Okay. Slide 2, Hank. If kids ran the world, we would make it a kinder, better place. Hence the button, Make America Kind. Slide 3. Maybe we'd run the world in a big treehouse. And everybody would be welcome. We'd take care of the most important things. Bill's our building and grounds guy. Can you imagine taking care of a treehouse instead of a church? Next slide. Now, we know also that people are hungry, so all over the world, everybody would have enough to eat. The food would taste delicious, and it would make people healthy and strong. Kids who had extra food would help bring it to people who needed it most. Oh, and Deb's going to help, because I can't carry... Oh, that's right, we have little items. I keep forgetting, Deb.
Like healthy food, right?
And you should hand the crown, even though we say no kings. Unless their kids are in charge, I think we can have a king or a queen. Who would like to... Wow, a lot. Maybe you guys can share it, because that's what kids would do. Love it. Next, oh, there you go, Hank, thank you. If everyone would also have a safe place to live, Bad housing would be fixed, and new housing would not ruin the land or the sea. Look at that photo. Next slide, Hank. No matter how sick people were, they would have medicine that they needed. They would not have giant copays. I'm going off script. They would not have 20% increases in health care. If you were lonely at a hospital, kids would come visit you and let you play with pets. Kevin Paul works at Children's Hospital. They do a lot of this stuff. It's really great. Somebody friendly would help you with a big smile. And I love this next one. Hank, next one. Everybody would laugh a lot more, right? So all of us are like going, oh no, snowstorm. Kids are like, finally, right? Kids would have more picnics and games and funny books and movies. People would spend more time playing and less time worrying. Do I have any fellow worriers in the room? Paula's shaking her head, no. Also, you guys, no bullies would be allowed. No bullying would be allowed. You could climb trees, right? Yeah, you want to climb a tree, Susan? I do. Okay. The one up, the short tree, okay. We could dress up. Sarah, we could sing just for fun, right? Like even like join the choir, just for fun. Kids could also help the adults act silly. So all the kids here, for the adults in your house, please encourage your family to act silly later today. All right, next slide. Now, kids would still go to school, but they'd go to good schools where every teacher was lovely and nice and had lots of books and music and art. Classes would be exciting and fun. I'm just saying in this, they would still be exciting and fun. Schools would serve yummy meals. Yes, I actually am. And they would have great sports, Marina. And good lighting. Like enough of the fluorescent lights. Yeah, okay. Soft lighting, says Marina. That's important. And teachers would not have to buy their own supplies. Thank you. And a later start time. No school on Fridays and start later time and earlier end time. I get where you're going. And listen, big playgrounds. And the most important thing, in this world, kids would love school. I'm saying many kids don't. Okay, next slide, Hank. People could wear any kind of clothes they wanted. There'd be no clothes shaming. No one would tease them. Children would all live with people who loved them. Next slide, Hank. More forests would be planted and protected. All the beaches and pools and parks would belong to everybody. There would be no clubs or places that kept some people out. Friendship and kindness and generosity would be worth more than even money. Man, this place sounds pretty awesome. Next slide, Hank. People would take care of the planet and animals and plants. Nobody would throw trash on the ground or in the ocean or make the air dirty to breathe. Next slide, Hank. People would have religious freedom and nobody would punish them or call them names. Everybody would learn the happiness of being thankful. Even if they were busy, people would remember to stop to see the beauty of a sunset or a rainbow or the stillness of a snowfall. Remember you woke up last Monday and the clouds finally began to part? I mean, it's a lot of snow and it's cold, but man, this week it's been sunny almost every day. It has been beautiful. Have you noticed that? All over the world in this place, people would feel safe with each other. Next slide, Hank. If kids ran the world, would these things be possible? Well, we think that they would be, because kids know that everyone can learn to share. Kids know how to try to do their best. And kids know that the most important thing in the world is not money, or being a king or a queen, or pushing other people around. Kids know that love is the thing that powers the world, giving it, sharing it, and showing it.
I think this book is stereotyping kids.
I think maybe, Elias, that talk to me later about a little less cynicism, more hope, yeah? Yeah. Marina?
You're not wrong, but also,
Yeah.
you don't have to run the world to do these things.
Wow. Microphone drop. I'll repeat it for others of us who didn't hear. We don't have to run the world to do these things. We can do it anyway. How wonderful a way it is to end our story with that quote. And Elias, you're right. Like sometimes it can feel like kids, this is sort of could it be magical thinking? But what I believe is that you need to have a vision to begin to practice it. And that's what this book lays out. You need to have a vision to live into the world with hope and positivity and possibility. And you guys, young people, are really good at that. And sometimes adults, we get stuck on our phones, stuck on our screens, and stuck in the way of just doing stuff without imagination. Deb, you want to tell us about imagination?
Yeah,
Winterim?
it's a pretty good vision, though, isn't it? Hey, adults and kids, thanks for coming up to share that. So today is our final day of Winterim because last week we got skunked out of it. So we're doing it today, which is great. So I want to invite our volunteers for today to come on up. If you haven't heard, Winterim is when we take a break from our regular faith formation classes, which will be starting later this month. And we have these fun programs and workshops for kids. And so in just a moment, we're going to head downstairs. And we are also going to sing everybody out. Special thanks to Aaron and Liz for stepping in because Stasia's a little bit under the weather today. So everybody ready to go down, and we're going to sing. And some of you are going to sing when you get downstairs too with Tim and Amy. But here we go. We're going to sing So Glad You're Here. We're so glad you're here. So glad you're here. So glad you're here.
Friends, let us just find ourselves within ourselves here in this first Sunday in the month of February 2026. Let yourself just put away and put down the heavy things that are waiting for you outside of this room. They'll be there later to pick up again. And to help us enter our time of stillness and meditation and prayer, we begin with our prayer hymn for this month of February, The Dark of Winter. I know the lyrics or the headline may sound a little bit, but it's a lovely song. Friends, here this morning are our prayers for our beloved. For Matthew, as he tries one final treatment for his lung cancer. And this is from Alan, who's lighting our candles this morning. For our flowers and remembering our beloved Jeff Brown, who died 2 years ago this week from suicide. Flowers are in his memory. For Lou Miller, who is in hospice. And from Sierra, who so loves all of her beloved fur babies, her cats in particular. This is for her newest cat, Katrina, who was diagnosed with cancer just yesterday. I invite us to say into our sanctuary names of those we're holding in our hearts this week. For these we light a candle. As you look out our windows here on our left and our right into the blue, clear sky, our world cries out for so many people and places in need. Our prayers continue to head towards Minneapolis and the state of Minnesota, and especially to that little guy with the bunny hat and the Spider-Man backpack who was deported with his dad down to Texas. This morning there was news that he and his dad are being released. For all of those and so many more, we light a candle. And last but not least, our gratitudes. You didn't write any down, so again, you must have had so many to think of. You couldn't think of one thing to write. So just think of one thing that you're appreciating, or person, or moment this week. I also invite appreciation in particular for Erin Collier, who is doing so much here at UAC. She organized all these Winterims for the whole month of January, and the game night that happened on Friday night. So just a big appreciation to her. If you see her downstairs, just tell her how much you appreciate and thank her for all the efforts that she's making. For these, we light a candle. Deb will lead us in our prayer.
Friends, I invite you to join me now in the spirit of meditation and prayer. This prayer is for all who are fearful about the economy, about the fate of our country, health care for yourself or your children, for all whose hearts ache at the injustices being done to others in our name, for all who fear for the survival of the planet, for all who fear whether they will be allowed to enter or to leave or to remain. We make this prayer for all who deal daily with failing health, difficult diagnoses, challenging treatments, or healthcare routines. For all who struggle with difficulties at school or work. For all who are facing hard decisions. for all who are living in challenging relationships. We make this prayer for ourselves, for all the fears and concerns, the joys and the celebrations. We make this prayer for the children, for their future, and for the ever-blooming possibilities of spring that will eventually come. We make this prayer to hold in our hearts all the precious blessings of our lives. We make this prayer not because we expect it to make the world turn or change, but to remind ourselves of who we are, of what life is, and of how important love can be. We make this prayer because these words are what we need right now. Let us rest for a moment in the silence.
Our reading today is entitled, "And How Are the Children?" from Patrick T. O'Neill. Among the most accomplished and fabled tribes of Africa, no tribe was considered to have warriors as fearsome or more intelligent than the mighty Maasai. It is perhaps surprising then to learn the traditional greeting that passed between Maasai warriors, Kaserian and Gera. One would always say to another, it means, "And how are the children?" It is still the traditional greeting among the Maasai, acknowledging the high value that the Maasai always place on their children's well-being. Even warriors with no children of their own would always give the traditional answer, "All the children are well," meaning, of course, that peace and safety prevail, that the priorities of protecting the young, the powerless, are in place. That Maasai society has not forgotten its reason for being, its proper functions and responsibilities. All the children are well means that life is good. It means that the daily struggles for existence do not preclude proper caring for their young. I wonder how it might affect our consciousness of our own children's welfare if in our culture we took to greeting each other with this daily question, "And how are the children?" I wonder if we heard that question and passed it along to each other a dozen times a day, if it would begin to make a difference in the reality of how children are thought of or cared for about in our country. I wonder if every adult among us, parent and non-parent alike, felt an equal weight for the daily care and protection of all the children in our community, in our town, in our state, in our country. I wonder if we could truly say without any hesitation, "The children are well. Yes, all the children are well." What would it be like if the minister began every worship service by answering the question, "And how are the children?" If every town leader had to answer the question at the beginning of every meeting, "And how are the children? Are they well?" Wouldn't it be interesting to hear the answers? What would it be like, I wonder?
Every week we collect an offering and give it all away, 100% of it. And the organization for this week is one that asks that question, and how are the children? It is the Wayside Youth and Family Support Network. It's over in Framingham. They do some terrific things. They provide mental health and family support for kids, young adults, and families who are facing challenges, especially like trauma, substance use and abuse, and emotional difficulty. It's a great organization, and I invite you to be as generous as you can, either as the welcome team comes by or using the QR code. Thank you, friends, for your generosity.
Just a quick introduction to this song. It was written in 1983, so some of the language feels a little unradical, and yet the fundamental message about the importance of kindness and teaching that to our children is definitely, unfortunately, still radical. The other thing about it is it has a line in it, "I will sing you a song no one sang to me." And it feels ironic to me to sing that because when I was in my early teens, my mother gave me a Fred Small songbook that had this in it. And I just feel very grateful for my mom. And I keep that in mind when I feel like my kids don't listen to a single thing I say.
I've told you a story travel any country where your heart leads, and know that I will love you still. You can live by yourself, you can gather friends around, you can choose one special one. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done. There are girls who grow up strong and bold. There are boys quiet and kind. Some race on ahead, some follow behind, some go in their own way and time. Some women love women, some men love men, some raise children, some never do. You can dream all the day, never reaching the end of everything possible for you. Don't be rattled by names, by taunts, by games, but seek out spirits true. If you give your friends the best part of yourself, they'll give the same back to you. Oh, you can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know that I will love you still. You can live by yourself, you can gather friends around, you can choose one special one. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done.
You know what they say about having to follow children or dogs? I have to follow that amazing piece. Thank you so much. Years ago, when our younger child, Abby, was about 2, my husband Ben and I decided that we should do a little field study of churches and how they deal with kids. We both are lifelong Unitarian Universalists, but we decided to pay a visit to Grace Chapel, the evangelical Christian megachurch that is based in Lexington with satellite congregations all over the Metro West and North Shore areas, and I think there is a branch close by. After we parked in the special visitor parking, we walked into the vestibule and we were greeted. Ben was holding Abby, and as we talked, a woman got down on her knees and started to tie Ben's shoes. He has a habit of going out of the house without tying them. Oy. He was mortified, and he started to tell her that she didn't have to do this. "Oh, no, it's fine. You're holding the baby," she replied. "This is our ministry. Let us help you." While Ben was abashed, I immediately recognized that this truly is part of the ministry of a congregation of people who believe that they are carrying forward God's love by helping in the parking lot, in the social hall, in the vestibule where they take coats and occasionally tie the shoes of others. It's maybe a little cringy for some of us, right? But it has to do, I think, with the real call to ministry, something we end our worship with every Sunday, that these folks live and breathe. After all the welcome drama, we were shown to the nursery area, which was beautiful and immaculate. And one of the nursery providers gave us a beeper. This was 30 years ago, after all, and explained that if anything was amiss during the service, the beeper would vibrate, and we would see our beeper number come up on the large projection screen in the sanctuary, which, by the way, seated about 850 people, near as I could tell. And there was a 16-piece orchestra on stage. No cross, no other overt religious symbols, and a plainclothes-dressed pastor and other worship leaders who invited all of us to celebrate God's glory. All right, I can see it. Some of you are now squirming, and I get that. How many of you were raised in such a church or have visited one? Right, okay. Well, then you do know what I'm talking about. And you may be thinking, I sure am glad that we don't do that here. After the service, and no, our beeper didn't go off, and Abby had clearly had a good time in the nursery, we went into the social hall where they were serving Starbucks coffee and snacks and handing out copies of the sermon we had just experienced, which had been rapidly duplicated onto DVDs and CDs. And there were people chatting with us to find out if we wanted to join one of the affinity groups, which ranged from car repair, do-it-yourself, or healthy cooking, or Bible study. We declined politely and thanked everyone for welcoming us and headed for the door. Now, while we told each other that we were glad that our much smaller and much less elegant historic UU church was more comfortable, we also recognized the package that was being offered at this church down the street. And while some of us are thinking, ew, at the radical welcome that I have described to you, some of you are, I hope, recognizing that hospitality and outreach and the call to ministry can take many forms, and there might be things that we can learn from an experience like this. So, I want to turn my attention towards something that I think this congregation and other UU congregations like it can offer really well: hope. I told Nathan and my colleagues when I began my ministry here that one of the things I loved was driving up to the church property and seeing the banner that was outside for a long time that said, "Hope lives here." In a time like this, and probably in any time that I can think of, I can't imagine a stronger message to provide than that one. Because heaven knows we need hope in our lives, along with faith, love, and generosity. And in these days where it seems like one horrible thing after another is happening, we need to find a way to hold on to hope. So where do we look for this elusive gift? Recently, I saw a lengthy interview with Michelle Obama, who was talking with the journalist Jonathan Capehart. Did anybody here see that interview? It was on MS Now. I encourage you to look it up. She was in a room with about 100 other people, mostly women of color, talking about what life in the White House had been like, what her fashion choices had been, and why she had made those choices. And she also then started to talk about what her life was like right now. And Capehart asked her, "What gives you hope?" She paused and she looked around the room, and then she pointed. "That little girl over there," she said, gesturing to a child of about 10 who was sitting in the corner with a woman I presume was her mother. "That little girl in the corner gives me hope," she continued. "What I do for her and for others like her." Well, yes. I'm here, friends, because there were people who gave their time to support me and to shape my journey toward adulthood. Let me say that I grew up in a turbulent time, maybe not completely unlike the one that we're living in right now. American heroes had been killed. Wars were looming. It was frightening. The minister of my childhood, a man named Wayne Shatee, listened to my worries, to my anger, to my despair even, and supported me as I struggled to find comfort and hope in a world that I was struggling to be in. I railed at the world in anger and fear, and still he never gave up on me. I can remember writing sayings that were important on the pull-down shades in my bedroom at the time, and the most important one came from Anne Frank, whose diary I had recently read. As the world around her collapsed, she wrote, "Despite everything, I still believe that people are good at heart." Wayne Shatee and my religious education teachers, many of whom were Yale professors, as well as the director of religious education, Blanche Sen, who had been trained by seminal UU religious educator Sophia Lyon Faz, stuck with me, helped me grow, and loved me into young adulthood. Surely I believe there are people like that here at UUAC. We have a loving minister named Nathan who cares so deeply about every person who comes in the door. We have a ministerial intern named Ian with 2 very young children who loves to support children and the exploration of youth and of all of us. We have a youth coordinator named Stasia who is energized, helping our teens and our youth discover who they are and what they are learning. And there's Erin, who brings her love and care and creativity to nurturing connections of the newcomers who walk in the door, as well as those who have been here for years. And Sarah and Heather, both loving parents who get kids and youth intensely in their hearts. And Kathleen, who brings tears to our eyes when she reads the room and plays Rainbow Connection and music from Charlie Brown Christmas, or Today, Children Will Listen from Into the Woods, and more. They are our team. But none of it happens because of our staff and ministry team alone, and you know that. We are here to nurture, to shape, to support, to guide. And my friends, this is a dance. And we seek partners to make the connection complete. We need a faith and a church that will be with us now in these scary times, as well as in the good ones that we pray will come again. We walk different paths to find our ways toward the support that we need. It will be a different path for each one of us, but I pray that we can unite in supporting a shared goal that says that we all need to embrace a faith and a community that will be there with us, whatever comes our way. The Reverend Dr. Forrest Church, who for many years led the Unitarian Church of All Souls in New York City, wrote about how we offer many windows, one light, many opportunities for us to understand that God, the holy faith, can come to us in many forms and is yet held together by a shared belief in one loving and enduring spirit that abides with us all. It is that belief and my hope for the future that I want to pass on to my children and to yours. And this is what keeps me here. There are no guarantees in this faith or in this world, that I know. Yet there is the chance that if we hold on to the possibility of the world we seek to create out of shared values, goals, and our love, goodness may yet come. This is the embrace of a vision of generosity and abundance, as well as the hope that must abide with us in the dark days and those with light. These values are ones I believe many will hold, of the big tent that welcomes many, that affirms all, and rises again and again to articulate a vision of justice and equity. Whether in Transylvania, the Philippines, or the streets of your town, or at an ICE detention facility, we show up over and over and are willing to stand or sit or sing or lie down for justice and equity. And these are challenging times. In this end pandemic world, we don't know exactly how many adults and children there are, not here, not in any congregation I know of. But whoever walks or rolls in the door, folks are likely to want to come for education, for an understanding of our values, our traditions, and our community, and for the promise of what might happen today and tomorrow. I want to believe, and I do, that there is enough of our faith and our love to go around for those outside the doors and those inside. Enough in terms of creature comforts, in terms of faith, in terms of love we can share with one another. Abundance need not be defined by exercising power over, by choosing those who have and have not, like the 90 and the 9, and those who are left behind. I choose our children first. They are ours. They are our hope for a better world. And if we support them fully, financially, and with the gifts of our hands and our hearts, they will move out into the world with light and love and be supported in living the values that just might save the world. When you support this congregation's programs through your financial gifts and your donations to support religious education programming and family ministry, you do so in their name. When you volunteer to teach, you do so to help them grow and carry forward their promise for the future, which is ours as well. When what you get in return is huge. You know their names. You watch them grow. They may come to trust you, and you support them as life throws changes at them. And that trust builds from friendship into mentorship and often lifelong enduring connections. I'll tell you a true story, and maybe you've heard it. Reverend Charles Gaines was a much respected and crusty man who served as minister of our congregation in nearby Framingham for many years before he came to the UUA to work on helping congregations all over North America grow and thrive. And he entered the pulpit in Framingham to deliver a sermon on a Sunday morning, as he had done many times. Instead, he announced, "I am not going to be preaching this morning because we do not have enough teachers for our religious education program." He made clear that this was a non-negotiable item. And then he pronounced, "So I am leaving, and I am going downstairs to teach the children." And he walked out of the sanctuary, leaving a shocked congregation, with many of them immediately following after him to go teach. That was how that particular church's members were jolted into action to offer faith formation to children and youth by a ministerial walkout from the pulpit. Well, as dramatic as that story is, and Nathan and I have talked about it, I don't think we want to do that. And yet, friends, the reality is that although we talk about how important children and youth and families are for us and for this church, we do not currently have enough people who have been willing to give a little of their time and talent to support these children in our faith formation program. Now, a number of you have volunteered, and I sincerely thank you. And yet we are not quite there, because we have embraced the importance of a robust faith formation program, and we are in need of a few volunteers more to make that happen. I hope you will come talk to me after the service. It's a good problem for us to have, but it comes with needs, and also with a call for the larger vision that we hold for this church and for these children, including the ones in the corner, or maybe in the second pew. I ask you, what is most important in this world? For lots of us, it is not gold or riches that we seek. For many, our quest is for a good and honest life that we might pass forward to our children and to theirs. Leonard Bernstein, both genius and parent, brought such a story to glorious life in his musical Candide, based on the 18th century tale by Voltaire. Candide is moved to seek the best of all possible worlds and sets out in pursuit of riches and enlightenment. His love, Cunegonde, is motivated to glitter and be gay as she decks herself out in sparkles. But amidst catastrophes and disasters, it all crumbles, and in the end, Candide, reunited with a humbled Cunegonde, realizes that he must seek a simpler, more noble and honest life. He must work to make our garden grow, and in devoting his hands to the work, perhaps the true value of life will shine through and save not only he and Cunegonde, but their world. I ponder often what the true value of life is. For me, it is this, to, as the Nez Perce people once said, never sell our children short for passing gain, to hold fast to life's most central values, to leave this place, this church, this land, our people, and this faith just a little bit better than we found it. In this time, in this moment of rebuilding and reimagining, we must hold to the belief not only that we can do this, but that it is worth doing. What do we want for the child in the corner? For the children of this church and for theirs in the days to come? What is the promise that we reach for and the place where hope lives? We travel a gnarly and uncertain path toward a tomorrow that we cannot yet see. At the end of the road, there may be, however, if we are willing to devote a little time and talent, riches to behold, embodied by the children and the youth and the families that we meet along the way. Will you walk with me to bring hope to their lives and to ours as well? I pray that it will be so. Amen, and blessed be. Friends, I invite you now to rise in body or spirit to sing the beautiful Welsh lullaby, Sleep, My Child. The words will appear on your screen. It's number 409 in our books. Friends, I want to remind you that we would love to have you join us downstairs for our coffee hour, accessible via the stairs on this side or the elevator on this side. Also, a reminder that there will be a focus group to share experiences and thoughts about faith formation starting later this morning in Alliance Hall. Join us in our call to ministry. We go forth into the world in peace to act with works of love, to affirm each person's dignity, and to cherish the living earth. Please be seated for the postlude.